Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is burning up like a smoke fest.
Okay.
For 136 miles, continue straight.
And we have entered the great state of Texas. Of course, the luck of the Irish would have it that on our road to the Friday Night Tights meetup at Farm Plus Feed in Dallas, we are in the middle of construction and going at a snail's pace. We'll see you soon. Take care. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard for State of the Atmosphere this fine Wednesday evening. That was footage from the Friday Night Tights meetup in Dallas last Thursday. I'll show you some stuff about that during the show. Also, Call of Duty goes full Budlight. We'll fill you in on the controversy behind that gaming franchise from Activision Blizzard and let you know what's going on with that. Plus, could there be any more UFO stories in the news this week? Are we being invaded? Yikes. We'll check it out. And then, of course, we're going to check into how Transformers did this weekend and the upcoming Flash movie. You'd be surprised some of the reviews it's getting. Also, if we have time, we'll get around to IGN's Top 100 again on video games. All that and more tonight on State of the Atmosphere. right, guys, welcome aboard. This is State of the Atmosphere, and I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you this evening. Hope you guys are having a good hump day, as they call it. As usual, I've got a few friends along for the ride tonight. We start with Knock. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Good
Oh,
week.
there's something big going on.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be
Finally
shy.
passed that damn server plus, so I'm glad to get that one over with and looking on the next one. But I'm going to take a little break here and enjoy it, and especially this weekend. I'm going to have a nice 3-day weekend with the little holiday on Monday. So,
all right, very cool.
take
What
that off.
holiday's Monday?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth? Is
Our-
that a
our-
federal
our-
holiday? Really?
It is
Wow.
now, yeah. As of last year before, something like that.
I wasn't aware, but
Yep.
anyway, somebody that can relate to the certification you just got, Das Wolfen, guy working on his master's for all this stuff. What's going on, man?
No, not a lot. And I believe it was last year. I believe Biden's the one that signed that into law.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, hey, more power to him. And then, of course, showing up here last is Jed Revenwolf. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Hey,
Man.
everybody in this chat. What's up? Hey,
Hey.
Knock. Hey, Wolf. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Matt's going to be here in a second. He's having problems with his DMs. I wish I knew how to get him the link.
Well, on what?
He's here on Twitter. He's trying to get it out of Twitter.
I think I have him on.
I'll resend it to him here in a second.
on Discord.
Let's see. I will try and do that, but Matt will be along as soon as he can get it to load.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get that sent to
A
him.
likely
Matt.
story.
A
Matt.
likely story out of Matt. Yes. Let's see.
He's just on the toilet right now.
Ruben is here as well. I see. Where's man? I tell you what, StreamYards is acting up today. It looks like it's lagging. I saw the comment from Ruben on YouTube before I even saw it over here.
Yeah, I
Here we
did
go
too.
again, Hale. Yep.
What's up,
deal?
Ruben?
All right, let's see. Let me get over here to Twitter and see if I can send that to my man. But yeah, some interesting stuff happening this week. We are going to start with the Activision stuff, but hang on one second. Let me see if I can get Small Time Republic that link. He said his DMs aren't loading, so I don't think this is going to do any good either.
Wait.
What?
I think I have him on Discord. Let me
Okay.
see.
Well,
Do we,
just
I
all
think
you have to do is copy and paste the URL.
Yeah, I know.
that you're on.
I'm looking
Yep.
for. I think he's in Dermies or something.
I just sent it to him. Maybe that'll jostle his stuff loose. I just sent it to him in a personal DM. But anyway,
Okay.
but tonight, boys and girls, we're going to start with another company deciding they want to make a statement. Call of Duty goes full Bud Light. Now, what am I talking about, guys? Well, anybody that knows what's going on with the situation knows what I'm talking about. Hang on, I got to get back because I got stupid and used the wrong one. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get this shared up here where you guys can see it. I've got a few articles to share with you on it. I don't know how much Knock would know about this. He doesn't really run in our
Pretty.
circles. Oh, what now? What'd you say?
I know a good amount about what.
Oh, do you? Okay. All right. So what we had happen last week is Activision removed Nick Merck's Call of Duty skin and bundle from the game following an anti-LGBT tweet is what the headline says, but that's not really what happened. It had to do with a tweet that was sent out about a protest of some sort, and had to do, somebody said something about trans kids, and he simply made the statement.
Okay, let me interject here. So,
Go.
a tweet was put out about a protest in California,
Mm-hmm.
and there was the pros and the protesters of the pros or whatever you
Mm-hmm.
call them. And then there was a brawl outside,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the tweet that he was commenting on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that came about.
Yeah.
and then Nick Merck came up and said what he did.
Yeah, he said basically. Let me see if the quote's in here. I think it is.
That's it.
Yeah, here it is right here. He
Mhm.
said they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue.
In response to that.
In
Yeah.
response to that, and let's see. I'm pretty sure. Get on here.
So that's the actual tweet right there
Well,
from Puckett Cause. So that's the helicopter view of the brawl from above.
right. And it said this happened 4 blocks from my Overwatch League apartment. Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life. And these
And
are
it's interesting. They say anti-LGBTQ protesters attack pro-LGBT.
Yeah.
Can they prove like who
Who threw the first punch? Do we really know?
I'm not
Yeah.
involving the anti versus the pro or whatever, or vice versa or whatever, but that's clearly a headline of someone initiating it and putting it all on one side.
Now,
Yeah,
Activation
it is.
Blizzard put out this tweet regarding Nick Marks. He said, they said, due to recent events, we have removed Nick Merck's operator bundle from the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone store. Before continuing to say, we are focused on celebrating Pride with our employees and our community. I think it's kind of neat that they said Pride with our employees. I think that has a lot to do with this because I don't know that the community is about much pride, if you understand what I'm saying. But this is where it all started. Now, what comes next is pretty interesting. And this is all on Dextero's freaking Twitter feed. The next thing that happened was Dr. Disrespect got involved. And what did he tweet out? It's pretty funny what he tweeted out. I've got it here. Here it is. He says, who's running Call of Duty PR and marketing now? Same people that from the Purple Snakes? Pathetic, right? And then he went on to do this on his next gaming stream after that. Let me go ahead and get this set up. I'm pretty sure I got the sound going. You guys let me know if the sound's on or not. This is what happened on his stream right here.
What we got to do.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Is uninstall the game. Number one. I mean, don't get a mistake. In this year's Call of Duty is the worst in its franchise. But that decision by COD's PR marketing team. I'll tell you right now, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to digest for the two-time.
Yeah.
I feel like, A, they either need to apologize publicly to him or reinstate his bundle in order for me to consider playing Call of Duty again. That's where I'm at.
And I'm pretty sure he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's gone to playing Apex Legends. I think. What he's playing,
I will preface that with I don't watch a lot of Doc, but I'm pretty sure he uninstalls games all the time. So
yeah,
I
right.
Don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, it was good that he backed up his his friend. Because basically, and then I'm sure what you're going to bring up next is Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah, exactly. That's
he
the
was
next
a
one.
little hesitant at first, and that clip he's showing right there, he was neutral. He was very neutral.
Yep. And
he was trying not to lose anything.
He was trying to. Yeah, he was trying not to do that. And we'll take a look at it real quick. Hang on. Here we go. And boom.
A lot of you saw what happened with Nick yesterday.
A lot of people got on him about this.
I'm going to say this at the front,
He
man.
was too neutral.
Mm-hmm.
I love Nick. I talked to him for about 30 minutes last night. I know him, bro. And I truly do not think he meant to hurt anyone with what he said. It really, all I can say is this, man. Tapman Army, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. All right. We talked for a while last night, and he's doing all right. But That's all I can really say on it, man. That's all I'm really going to say on it. A lot of you saw what happened with Nick yesterday.
That was his initial statement, and like you said, a lot of people got on him about it. Well, he ended up telling them if they were going to do that to Nick Merckx, to go ahead and pull his stuff down, and Call of Duty did it right away. They pulled his skin off the game as well. So all of that's happened inside of a few days, right?
Yeah.
And today, we got the new DLC drop, right? And Flash did a really good video on this, and I time-stamped some stuff for you guys to see on how it's doing so far. This is from a video he did earlier today.
There's the Steam chart. Keep in mind that this is probably the least played platform for Call of Duty. It typically sells, I think, better on consoles.
Yeah, it does.
But as of an hour ago, 40,000 were playing. That's pretty low
Yeah,
for
it
a new
is.
DLC drop.
That's extremely low.
Pretty low.
Yep. And then he went on to talk about Twitch and what it was doing over there.
That's Twitch. What are people watching the most right now? And it's still Diablo at the top, followed by Valorant. I've never heard of that game. Apparently people like it, though, because it's got 131,000 people watching it. And then you've got Counter-Strike, Fortnite, Rust, Grand Theft Auto 5, and then finally Call of Duty Warzone. Still 106,000 people watching it. However, I will say that when a game has brand new DLC out, you would expect it to be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Here's just everything. This is every category.
This is when every category gets put in, and you see how
that,
much
you bring
slower it
in,
is.
of course, hot tubs and just chatting and ASMR. Call of Duty Warzone drops a little bit further.
Yeah.
So that's how it's doing today on the new launch.
They're
And,
always on the top of the everything. They got knocked to the second rung.
Mm-hmm.
And that's big.
Yep. So that's
did Budlight.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's the history of what's going on with Activision Blizzard, and it's not even a week later. This started on the 8th, about 5 days ago, and it's just amazing to me. First of all, before we get going here, I want to say hi to Matt. He finally got in here. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Sorry about that. Not sure what happened. None of
You're
my
good, man.
messages load.
Things are acting goofy all over the place.
You had to take the time to wipe. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we can get the link to you.
It's okay.
Matt.
It's all right.
Appreciate it.
Sometimes
Appreciate
it
Jed.
just feels like it's a,
No problem.
you're wiping a marker. It's okay. Sometimes it's you wipe and you wipe, and it keeps coming.
I think it was a Chris Pratt line from Parks and Rec.
That's exactly what I watched 2 days ago, and that's exactly where I got it from.
Okay, so
Good catch.
let's see. Let's go. Let's see who's in the chat and say hi to him real
E.
quick.
Clay Thomas, I know, is out there.
There he is. He said,
Yeah,
"What's
he is.
up?" And let's see who else is here. Ruben. What is he talking about? Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. A little Pink Floyd action there, and yeah,
Speaking
that
of
looks like
Pink
everybody.
Floyd, Roger Waters is nuts.
Of course, he's nuts.
Oh, of course he's
yeah,
nuts.
we knew that already. Well,
Insane. Yeah.
what is his latest foray into craziness?
I
did
saw
you
some
speak
video
of?
of him from, I think it was from a couple weeks ago, where he was dressed up like a Yahtzee on stage, and it was some sort of play or something, where he was like firing off like a fake assault rifle. I know there's no such thing as an assault rifle.
I was fixing to say,
Yeah.
define assault rifles.
Yeah. What you think of when you think of an assault? I don't know if it was an MP5 or what, but
Right.
like a World War II type gun.
A machine gun. Got it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Jed, we lost Jed. He'll be back though, I'm sure.
He was firing that off into the crowd, like, or his character was, but just he's been associated with, supremacy in the past. So I don't know that he should be portraying a Yahtzee on stage. I don't know if that's the best look for him to be doing considering his past, but
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah, this Call of Duty thing, it's it is, and I've said this several times. I'll keep preaching it. Just follow the money. They are more worried about their ESG credit score than they are about their current player base. I mean, that just makes no damn sense to me.
Yep.
You're preparing for borrowing money in the future when you can make it right now by taking a stand the other direction. Oh, I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Now, there's another company I saw something about today that I think it's Starbucks isn't allowing employees to put out Pride stuff.
Nope, and I was like, you can't even have it in the store.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Pride backing employees are upset about it, apparently. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But
there's just a bunch of hippies that work there. That's all they are, man.
But so it sounds like Call of Duty, like they have two customers, BlackRock and Vanguard.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. Yeah, that's it.
Like Cracker Barrel's customers.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
This is happening to. I mean, it was Bud Light first, then it's Target. People are voting with their wallets, man, and they're making it public that they're doing so.
Companies are going to have to choose between the lenders and the customers.
Yep.
Or find some sort of middle ground between them.
That's it. Exactly.
Basically, the racists and the not racists. That's where they have to choose. there's
no middle ground there.
How dare you accuse the lenders of being racist?
Right? Damn it, sir. What the hell, man? I just think it's funny, man. Why not stay neutral politically? Why not do that? Wouldn't you would think they'd fare better, but it has everything. And it's funny to me because 5 years ago, they were warning us about this social credit score that China had come up with.
Oh, yeah.
They were talking about this 5 years ago. And now here it is. It's the same damn thing. And it's just unbelievable.
Everyone should watch that episode of Orville.
Dude, sorry.
Oh,
that hurt.
My advice would be...
I'm down, Jed. I get it.
Keep your company private. Keep your company private if you can.
Right.
But they basically, I don't know if you watched that show, Joe, the Orville. With
I'm not caught up on it.
But they done? I think pretty early on in the series, they
go to
no,
I have seen that one. The one where the whole planet runs that way. Yeah.
I think it was like this.
You have like an arrow pointing up, arrow pointing down, and if you're below, you can't even get a cup of coffee. You can't even get if you're down vote, and then if you get 1 million downvotes, you're executed. It's like
right.
I think it was like the second or third.
In this day and age,
episode.
that would happen in a millisecond.
Yeah. It's I love the Orville. I'm just not caught up on it. And man, dude, and you're right. That's okay. What kills me is we're talking about. I mean, I haven't done the percentage. I haven't researched the percentage of the population we're talking about. But is it even 5% of the population?
I would say like 2 to 3%.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, here's the problem: we have
LGBT or alphabet folks. You understand what I'm saying? Alphabet folks.
Yeah. I would say it's only going to grow because now it's becoming to the point where we're letting the two boy and girl thing go, and the younger generation is starting. They want to be special.
It's
so they
want to come up
with they want to come up with their own combination of things of what they are that represent what they are, which is.
It's also about trying to appeal to the quote-unquote allies of LGBTQ plus, which I don't know what percentage would be quote-unquote allies, but
the whole language of all of this
allies and
allies. Like this is some kind of war. What? I mean, friends of.
Have you listened to the Social Republic Convention?
Did you see what Biden did?
Comrades.
Yeah.
Comrades. Like, what the fuck are you?
Biden said there are kids. Let me go pull that up real fast. I tweeted that last night. To what he said.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Biden said a lot.
Biden, he identifies.
He doesn't need to be.
When he's around kids at photo ops, he identifies as a vacuum cleaner. Sniffing sniffing as much as he can.
Yeah, I know. Right here, I got it right here.
What a
Okay.
weirdo.
All right,
Okay,
put it up
so
there,
this
man,
is
and I'll give it
This
to you.
is it right here.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let me start it. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Sure.
These are our kids. These are our neighbors. They're somebody else's kids. They're all our kids. And our children are the kite strings that hold our national ambitions aloft. It matters a great deal how we treat everyone in this country. LGBTQ Americans, especially children, you're loved, you're heard, and this administration has your back.
Yeah. And it
Nice.
pisses me off that they put the pride flag in the middle, because doesn't that violate flag?
Yep.
The flag
Yep.
thing? The
Yeah,
They
it does.
violated the flag
Yeah.
code.
The
That's
flag
right.
code. And I was pissed about that, dude. Pissed.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Well,
Let me
and when
see.
he talks about
Here we
they're all our kids, that's harkens back to the whole Hillary Clinton. It takes a village.
Takes a village.
It's all very
Yeah.
Marxist in nature.
Yep.
It's
It all goes back to Marx and Engels.
Yeah, it does.
Jason Fox, the 45 Studios, saying, "Hail, Jed Revenwolf. What's up?"
Ages, yes,
Good to
because
see you.
I am simulcasting over on ours so we can get it on both channels.
Okay.
So,
Cool, man. Cool.
so-
But and we're also those of you watching on Rumble, I'm sorry, I cannot see the chat. I don't know what it is with Rumble. I cannot see the chat.
yeah, I haven't
but-
been able to see the chat lately on
Yeah.
Rumble either. I don't know what
And
it is.
and those watching on Twitter, welcome. Appreciate you, man. I'm actually going to try and start doing it on Kick for
Yeah.
video gaming too. So we'll see how that works out. I've got to do some research and find out. I'll see if I can do it before.
I still
we
got
play
to make
games
an
tonight.
account over there too.
But as far as this controversy with Call of Duty goes, it's interesting to see how they're. Well, there's already been a reaction. If you look at their Twitter feed, they're reposting different things as often as they can. Every time one of their posts gets ratioed, if you know what that term means, whenever it starts getting more comments than likes, they're posting. They're posting. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. Being ratioed means that you've got more comments making fun of your ass than likes. Okay, that's what it means. And every time one of their posts gets ratioed, they're putting up a new one. Trying to reset the count. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get the most recent post. Just a second.
Yeah.
I already have that.
Do you? Let's see it.
Yeah.
I haven't added my daily bullshit up there yet. I started doing it the other day too.
But yeah, so, that video, I didn't want to stay on Flash's video too long, but he's showing that at the end of his video that they kept tweeting new things out to try and get, keep their stuff from getting ratioed.
Let's see. I think that's 5 hours. Here's 1 hour ago.
1 hour ago. Let's see. Scroll back up so we can see the numbers real quick now. At the bottom of that, 40 retweets, 369 likes. Where's the comments though?
You have to go back. You not click on the tweet, but look at it in the.
There you go. Here we go. 776 comments, 396 likes. It's been ratioed. There's twice as many comments as likes, right? Now go to the top one that they just put up though.
That's what I'm trying to do is the hour. At least I thought I did.
No, just scroll back up to the top. The top one's going to be up top. The newest one's going to be right up top.
So here's
there you go. Now that one's pinned. Okay, so this is the newest one right here, and it's already been ratioed. Yeah, that's it right there, and it's already been ratioed. Yeah.
When I go down,
I'm sure if you click in there and see the comments, I'll bet you half of them say leave the kids alone.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, one of them said no thanks.
Yeah, that was the
No thanks, leave the kids alone. Oh my God, look at that meme. Oh geez. I mean, it's show more replies. There you go.
Yeah,
leave the kids alone.
I'm also in there right now.
They're all over it, man. They are all over it. It's crazy.
Dan Vask, the legend.
Dan Vask, where's he at? Where? Scroll back up. Is he up there?
Yeah.
There he is.
What a legend.
Play this game to support pedophilia.
Where is it? If the entire COD community calls the new map Epstein Island, I will die happy.
Yeah. Yeah, the above comment said nobody wants to drop into Epstein Island.
Oh my God. It's priceless, man. There's just more proof that the internet never loses, man. You can't get away from the internet. You just can't.
They do it to themselves.
Yes, they do. They do. What'd you say? Groomers. Yeah. Leave the kids alone. So they need to have a bunch of Pink Floyd playing in the background to these things.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think Gary already did it a couple times too. He put Pink Floyd up and it said,
all right, I'm gonna pull it down, Knock. That's pretty fun. Oh my God. See, hang on. Go back to that. Let me see that. Call of Duty, Innocent Children.
Child.
Oh my God, man. It's just horrible. I mean, the internet, it will show you what's going on. People are not happy with this company right now. They're not. They're not happy with Bud Light. They're not happy with Target for the tuck-friendly kids apparel and shit. I mean, dude, you know, I don't get it myself. But,
well, it's also it's all of this is it's a decades-long progression with the Overton window, and by that I mean basically they just keep moving the conversation and what's considered mainstream further and further away from sanity.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if you had a topless person on the White House lawn 10, 20 years ago, there would be more of an outrage.
They'd probably been tackled by security and drug out of there.
Yeah, we can't even show that.
But the fact that happened with it like an invited guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would have. There would have been. They continue to move things more and more into the extreme, and expect people to accept it. And if you keep making things more and more extreme, and you keep trying to find a middle ground, you're actually losing ground.
Yeah, and I'm watching this going, is Alex Jones crazy talking about social engineering?
Oh, no.
I don't think
here's a funny thing. Alex Jones has been right on a bunch of shit. It took
Let's be clear. I am no big diehard follower of Alex.
Yeah,
I dig the guy. He's entertaining, but you know, there's some truth. There's a truth nugget in everything he says.
Yeah, it took a bit for things to get to where, holy shit, he's been right on some things.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
The frogs are indeed gay, and his neighbor is missing, some meat on their bones because he ate them.
Because he'll eat your ass.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Dude, Alex Jones, look him up. He's entertaining as all get out. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's the conspiracy theorist, bro. And he's been banned off of YouTube while ago now.
He's all over that alien video.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. He's all over that. Yes.
Now, he gets so deep into it that he'll say that video is fake.
Yes.
Yeah, like he'll say, like, if the mainstream thinks something is crazy, he'll be like, no, that's not the real crazy thing. Let me show you the real crazy thing. Like he's always on the cutting edge.
He is on the cutting edge. And what's funny to me is sometimes he nails it so well that, I watch InfoWars every once in a while he's got a website called InfoWars, but look that up and you'll check him out. My favorite thing though is I watch Flashcast every Saturday so I can hear Alex Jones as a folk song. That is just one of the most golden videos ever created on the internet. It is so fantastic.
And Alex likes it.
Oh, he loves it. He thinks it's great. I mean, think about it. Parody is that is the highest form of flattery, and they do a great job at it in that video. It is fantastic. I might play it for us later on, but go ahead,
Joe. I have a palette cleanser for talking about all that.
Okay.
So here's a palette cleanser for you.
Okay. All right.
Let me put that up there.
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Wrong guy. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yes, Jed. I saw this earlier today. Hang on. Here we go.
We have a palette cleanser right here.
First of all, read. Hang on. Before you hit play, let's read.
Yeah.
Would a kiss a girl on the second date? The grammar you gotta love.
I'll forgive that person for their grammar because they probably couldn't pay attention to what they were typing.
No.
Oh, I couldn't pay attention when she was doing the video.
Just play it real quick and we'll talk about it afterwards. Go ahead.
Okay. This is going to be on the MF too.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Go.
Okay, if you were a guy and you were going on a first date with a girl, on these dates, whatever, you need to be secure in yourself.
Like,
a lot of us girls grew up watching Cinderella, and the prince didn't ask Cinderella, "Can I kiss you?" at the end of the date, which means that you need to make a move, risk something, and just go and kiss the girl at the end of the date. Like, why is this lacking? It's like men are scared of girls. And it's so crazy to me, the fact that you can't even end the date with a goodnight kiss because you're scared. You have to ask permission.
So the reason why she's famous for this video is not because of what she said.
I have a question for the whole panel.
I was wondering the entire time while we were watching this video.
She was talking.
Yeah, was she talking?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell the first time. There was an actual comment on this thing. I wish I'd have kept it.
Wait. I got it.
You know the one I'm talking about? He says, I watched this 12 times and didn't even know she was talking.
Right here. Yeah, and I
didn't even know I had the sound off.
Here's the funny thing. I didn't have the sound on the first 5 times I watched
Ram.
Yeah, I didn't have the
12
sound
times before I realized there was a sound on this video.
Yeah. These ducks are headed south come winter.
Yeah. Oops. I hit the wrong thing. But yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. It was fantastic, man. Can you guys tell me what she was talking about? Because
I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. Okay, I was just like,
she said something about going for it. So
I saw blonde hair
over motorboat. Just go right in there.
Full motorboat.
I saw blonde hair, overalls, and shaking tits, and I was like, I'm in. Okay.
Low Spec has got it right.
Low Spec has got it right.
Now that we got the proper thumbnail on,
Yeah, and I was just like, yes.
That was priceless.
Sorry, guys, no hot tubs here. Sorry.
That's it. No hot tubs. But overalls are in. Yeah, there you go. The farm girl is it's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But yeah, to put a final nail in the coffin of Activision. Well, you're not going to do that because Activision's got too big of a platform. First of all, nobody's giving up World of Warcraft over this.
No. Sure. Here's the thing. It's going to be for a while, but it's going to do enough, or it's going to deal with dent in them, and they're going to go, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. Hopefully,
Well, it's like Matt said, they're going to have to choose.
Anybody yet from doing it? So
I know.
People aren't learning. So.
No.
But over the past month, it's been showed that certain things are starting to work.
Mm-hmm.
So like with Budlight and then Target and some of the other places. So, but it is working to a point.
The way you'll tell if it really had an effect is a year from now. Whether they've changed their next June. Let's see how they're acting.
It'll work if people don't memory hole it.
Right. If they don't just do a memory dump and then go back to their old ways of doing things.
And, speaking of Pride Month, I looked at a lot of your major corporations at their Twitter accounts, and they do not have anything Pride on at the top of their Twitter.
No.
In terms of their logo or their banner. It's just their regular logos. And so maybe it's becoming uncool to have that now. Things are very trendy. So
I think that I think the NFL is counting their blessings that they don't play football in June.
Yeah. Their season is nowhere
we don't
near
have to worry about that. Thank God they made June that month, because if it was
Major League Baseball put up a rainbow logo for about what, half a day, maybe
2 days. 2 days.
Was it 2 days? Okay,
2 days. Yes, 2 days.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for some activists to be like, NFL, you have OTAs in June, do you not? You need to be celebrating during your OTAs.
Where's Colin Kaepernick on all this? He loves to talk about things.
I know, he's so full of himself. He just flies through the air.
Eclay's not wrong about that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Diablo 4 sales more than made up for the loss of
Yes.
a few Call of Duty boycotts.
not-
Yeah, everybody's playing that.
I'm already.
Well, it's not even the sales. It's also the microtransactions as well.
Yeah, they made
have
$666 million
Yeah.
in their first week.
What?
Yeah.
Almost
Holy-
$700 million.
And I'm already sick of the damn game because that's all anybody plays on Twitch or Kick.
Well,
I'm
let me
just
ask you this: now, Diablo franchise, isn't this the same franchise that went mobile with the and
Diablo Immortal, yeah, and
pissed
and you
off
got
all
rid
the
of
fans with the transactions
and
you
they
had to do in
continued
there?
it with this one, yes.
Wow,
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow.
And everybody falls for the honeypot bullshit again,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a shame.
people are they don't learn.
To Matt's point again, Matt, the seer of the group, a memory dump, obviously, because they did that and they all got upset about it with the mobile game, and now they're doing it with the regular game.
Speaking of EA, did you see the new Mahomes play that they're putting in Madden? They're actually that Superman play he played in the Super Bowl
when he does the way out throw,
where he's like when he's like parallel to the ground and he's throwing the ball and hit the dude in the face and he dropped it it was a Battlefield.
Really?
They're putting that animation in Madden, so he'll be able to do that in the game.
Well, it's the first new animation they put in 20 years. Man.
Right.
Well, the last time they put something in like that was the OBJ catch.
Yeah,
I
the
know,
one-handed grab thing. Yeah,
and then everyone was doing it.
I remember that one. Yep.
As long as they don't put Mahomes' sketchy brother in the game.
God.
Yeah, he's gonna be dancing on the sidelines.
Yeah, he's like, hey, bro, I'm here to support you, bro.
Like,
Good
I like
job,
Mahomes.
bro.
I think he's a great dude, but his wife and his brother are both sketchy.
Right.
His wife's calmed down a little bit, but
his brother is just off the chain.
He's not camera shy.
I'm sorry, Patrick. You can't pick your family. I know, bro. But wow. Yikes. That guy, he's more trouble he's worth.
Wait, did I just get 20K like views or some shit? Like
On what?
On something. I went to my Twitter and it said I had like 10K worth of views or some shit.
Well, that's good.
On something.
Keep it going, man.
I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Whatever.
It must have been the I've been putting Call of Duty stuff.
All right, guys. To put a pin in this grenade, I like seeing people vote with their dollars, and I like to see personalities like Dr. Disrespect and Nick Merckx make statements like this. It's good to see that people are pushing back against this stuff that's being thrown in our face 24/7 when they don't need to. I mean, and you guys know me. I've got plenty of gay friends. I'm a supporter of whatever they want to do. Whatever somebody wants to do in their own bedroom, I don't care.
Yeah.
And when I say I don't care, I really don't care. Yeah. I don't need to see it. I don't need to hear about it. I mean, it's.
Hey, you didn't show the reply, the what Nick Merckx on his next show actually replied about it.
No, have you got that?
He's actually I don't have it with me, but he basically said he is a new father.
Yeah.
And he's one to discuss that with his kids. Being a new father, he doesn't want the school to teach.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Knox.
To be to
he's not backing off the statement.
Role. Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to delete the tweet. I don't regret saying that.
Yeah.
That's
unlike
I didn't mean to hurt anybody.
Like that Blue Jays catcher who opened his mouth and had to turn around and apologize and still got fired for it.
Yep.
Really? I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't follow baseball, so
he wasn't fired. He was sent back to AAA ball.
But they said his comments were a factor.
Yeah.
Really?
No, it was not. They said it was not entirely performance based.
Wow.
And
wow. There you go.
Damn.
That owner knows how to get some people on board. Wow.
Well, and it's so inconsistent, so subjective that had he not played for Toronto, had he played for Atlanta or Houston, he might still be in the bigs.
Right. Yeah. That's completely on whoever ownership is or whoever management is to make that decision. Yeah. I'm just saying it's good to see these people taking a stand against this stuff, because let's face it, when it comes to bashing of different people, nobody's bashed more than the Anglo-Saxon Christian. You know,
Oh,
and they don't ever push back about it. So
hey, it's like, hey, I want to talk to you about a drag queen coming to your school and everything else, and then they're like, hey, we're okay, but then somebody goes, hey, I'd like to talk to you about this book that has Jesus and all the disciples in it, and they're like pulling out a gun and like, you will not do this,
right?
know?
Yeah. So
Well, I mean,
I just think it's good to see this kind of nonviolent activism from the right. I think it's good.
You
What'd
just
you
look
say, Matt?
at any commercial, any hetero white male is a moron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On every commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and those of you that saw there, and that I think this Game Fest that came up this last, and Joe, we already talked about the Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
They hated. It was all females. How do you say it? Centric? What's the word?
I'm not sure what the word is, but yeah,
centric.
Mm-hmm.
It was all female centric. This Games Fest, especially for Xbox too. They always had a female representative up there. You only saw the head. You only saw the head guys up there like once or twice. Otherwise, it was a female executive. Guys weren't involved. Yeah. And then in the games, if there were females up, they were dog. I'm gonna say it. I'm being honest. They were dog ugly. Fable.
They're not there to be easy on the eyes for you.
Well, there's one thing about being easy on the eyes. There's another thing to being hit by every twig and branch of the ugly tree on their way falling out of it. I mean, if you've seen the visuals for the new Fable game of the female character on it, oh God, Nina Infinity was sitting there going, well, you know, I've played a lot of Fable, and maybe she's just making all the wrong decisions, and she's leaning towards the evil.
Yeah. And then in Star Wars,
this chick was
Outlaws.
Ugly, that they
all the Twi'leks are ugly as fuck. What the hell?
Yeah. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, like you guys probably think that the new April O'Neil that's going to be in the Ninja Turtles is not hot. I mean, come on.
Seth Rogen's Ninja Turtles.
April O'Neil's a redhead.
There is no new Ninja Turtles movie. No. I don't know where you're hearing that.
I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know what that.
You know, with the Star Wars Outlaws, the whole female protagonist thing, and I think, you know, when it comes to the female protagonist, I don't mind it so much. It's just, you know, I know there was a lot of, you know, is there going to be, you know, am I going to be able to play as a male too? And that brings up a whole nother discussion. And I know for me, when it comes to these games, like we'll take Joe's side on it. He likes to play as a chick because he likes to stare at the girls.
Oh yeah, I don't mind playing as
and that's cool for him. But when I play these games, I'm imagining myself as so I put a guy with a goatee on there usually, and that's me doing that adventure. Yeah. So I like to play as a guy. Yeah. And that's why I like to, because I'm picturing that me going on this adventure, you know, as this character. Yeah. So, you know, then I'm going to be stuck as a girl, you know, that's not me.
That's not fun for you.
So that's just how I like to play my video games. Right. That's all.
Like when I played Mass Effect, I did male Shep. He was cool. But I've gone through 2 or 3 playthroughs with just female Shep because she's hot as hell, man.
Well, like even with not, what's cool about that games like that and games like Cyberpunk, when there's different counterparts, there's actually different, you know, lovers and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is
story content depending on what gender you play as. So it's cool playing the different genders in that aspect.
Yeah, that's
so I played different story elements. So
female
Shep, cool. But for the most part, I'd like to do just the male guy because that's me.
Yep,
that's what I'm playing it. And I'm not going to play multiple playthroughs.
I've only got one character that's me, and that's the privateer. You know, I always call it the privateer and his band of bitches. So you know,
he's a band of bitches.
In my current Fallout 4 playthrough, I'm playing Nora.
You?
Yeah.
Cool.
Knock is my guy. Knock is an immortal. He's in every game.
Yep. Yeah. I do the same thing.
He's in Mass Effect. He's in Mass Effect because he lived that long. He's in Fallout because he lived through it. He's in.
I put Jed in every game.
Yeah, that's cool. I do the same thing with mine. It's the privateer in every game. Yeah. In Star Trek Online, the captain of the ship, he wears Khan's outfit from the Wrath of Khan. He's got an eye patch. It's a futuristic looking thing that covers your eye, and he's the privateer, man. The name of his ship is the Seahawk. I mean, in wrestling, I've got he comes in with an American flag and a tri-cornered hat, man. He's swinging the flag everywhere when he comes in the ring, Yeah.
And here you got E. Clay Thomas, who likes to play as a female and make out with all the females. So there's variations of everything. So
He says I played as a female commander shepherd and made it out without all the chicks.
No, made out with all the chicks.
Out with all the chicks. Oh my God. Go, man. Go.
I salute you, brother.
Hey, E. Clay Thomas. Yes, you are a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I got it. That's very cool. That's very cool. I can relate, Ben. I can relate. Okay. Well, let's move on. And we'll come back to video games, hopefully. Okay. If we have time, Knock. We'll come back.
We'll get to number 94.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll see what,
a month and we still haven't got out of the 90s?
Not yet. We haven't gotten. You were on the last time we did this. But next thing we want to talk about is this influx of all of a sudden we got all these UFO stories, man. And I have to throw this stuff up real quick to show you guys. This is I have several articles here. Now, I collect articles for me and my brother's show and that we do tomorrow night. And I'm telling you, I got like 5 or 6. They're all alien stuff, man. Now, most of them have to do with this one incident here. It was in Vegas, I believe. Let me see. Let me take a look. The new video has gone viral on social media supporting to show mystery creature hiding behind a garden fence that was quickly tied to last week's reports of a UFO crash in the residential areas of Las Vegas. Let me go ahead and show this video real quick.
I'll say Vegas is awful close to Area 51, but we know that's where they do all the new testing.
Now, I'm not going to put the sound on, but
for all the new airplanes and shit.
This is pretty sure this was body cam footage here.
Yeah, it was body cam footage, and I, even though Gary and them were talking about how it's not, it looks like a meteor to me. I've seen meteors that hit the atmosphere like that, and it looks like they stop because they hit the air.
Yeah.
And then pieces of it continue.
I see meteors out here in Arizona all the time at night.
Friggin'
John's Deep State, we got it.
Comic book, of course, comicbook.com was chiming in on it. I mean, it was all over the place. It's bigger on the inside. U.S. military accused of recovering a UFO that distorted space-time. Now, this they were talking about today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is reported by Radar Online. It says a top attorney involved in bringing UFO whistleblowers to Congress claimed that a crashed alien craft recovered by the U.S. military distorted space-time and was bigger on the inside. Radar Online's learned. Daniel Sheehan shared his mind-boggling tale with dailymail.com, which he says was recounted by a whistleblower who allegedly participated in a program retrieving crashed non-human spacecraft. This claim was the latest in a series of stunning allegations this week regarding the U.S. government's possession of multiple crashed non-human crafts.
I don't know if you guys saw those shirts on the right side, but those were pretty
cool.
Yeah,
those shirts were pretty cool.
I'm trying.
They went away because
they went away. Damn it. Okay.
Oh yeah, but E-Clay said
cool design. And...
E-Clay said it wasn't Area 51 shut down. No, it wasn't. They extended the runway even about a couple years ago. They made it even longer.
Wasn't Area 51 was shut down a long time ago? No, it's
that thing ain't shut down.
They made the runway longer so that the military's space shuttle, that little robotic space plane, could land on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but that's where they do all the new planes and everything now.
That's definitely where they try out all their new tech. That they're going to try.
Area 51, yeah, and if they extended, because I love the lore about Area 51. They extended over in the last 10 years. They have extended just in the 10 years, it goes on even further than that. Just in the last 10 years, they have extended that area to where nobody can get a look at anything now.
Nope.
In other words, you mean they've taken up more physical land and made the perimeter bigger to where you can't even get a look in there.
And they keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
because people used to camp out around there.
Oh,
just
there
to see
used
if
to
they
be
could-
a mountain
Yeah.
that my buddy would used to go out, and you could look right down in the Area 51 if you're on a certain mountain. The
Wow.
government took that and said,
Nope.
no,
Nope, we're going to build a fence around this too.
But,
But
in this day and age, there's way too many cameras out there. I just refuse to believe that someone can't catch an alien during the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Looking around.
saying. And
that's why this is all ridiculous to me. If the government could cover that up, I mean, good on them that they can cover that up. You
Right.
know, with the amount. If it's not on TikTok, it doesn't exist. So.
And here's another thing: they have the camo soldiers out there that are up on the hill all the time in those vans. Dude, I know this to be a fact. Before you even hit that gate where it says, the sign you can be, they already have sensors out there that know when people, 5 miles before that.
Well, of course they do.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
it's a
place is
highly sensitive
packed.
area.
Yeah.
If they are testing new technology out there, whether it be alien or not, they are keeping it under wraps, and they don't want anybody seeing it. So yeah, they're
Because
going to know when
I've
people
actually
approach.
known people that have gone right up to the gate, and before they even get to the gate, they're already just like, bam.
So here's the question. I've got several articles here, but Knock brings up a good point. That there are a lot of cameras, a lot of surveillance. The surveillance state is a thing now. You can't go anywhere without a camera on you. But my question is this: why are they putting? I mean, I'm getting all of these articles off of my Smart News app. There's another app I use. I think it's called Newsbreak. These are actually being pushed out there on these news apps. Why do they want us to be interested in this right now?
Because the government and I do know. I was talking to one of my other friends. He goes, there's been a thing for years that they haven't done it yet, but one of the things that they want to do, and this is actually known in the UFO community and other things, and I think Gary's even brought that up. They want to do an alien invasion, make it seem real at one point, and then bring down everything, like certain thing that happened years ago.
So what you're saying is they're desensitizing us to it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and my thing is, okay, if you're really going to show things, you notice everybody when they had those the F-16s, was it that were going after that one thing and they couldn't catch them, and they released it to everybody?
Yeah,
I'm
Tic
like,
Tac
okay.
video.
I was
okay. They call it Tic Tac.
It's the Tic Tac video, and it wasn't. It's they were F-18s.
Okay, I didn't know F-18s
because it's a Navy video. Air Force does not release crap.
No, they don't.
That's
Air
what
Force,
I'm saying.
Nope.
They
Navy
don't really
Navy doesn't care. Navy goes, oh, here, check this out. We have no idea what this is.
Yeah. and I found a lot of okay, they don't release crap like he said. I was like, okay, so why did they release that then?
Yeah. See, that's my question. Why are they doing that? Are they trying to desensitize us, or is it a case of this?
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here, please.
It's that, and there's also there was a study that came out in 5 years. They do a study every 10 years to see if the public will be viable to this. I've seen multiple ones of this. They still don't think the public can handle if aliens or something would happen. That's the reason why you see this stuff.
I think the argument against there being aliens is that our government can often be incompetent. So
yeah, they can,
especially if there are multiple instances of aliens coming to the planet, especially if any of them have happened in more recent times with how many more cameras there are. Then I think it would be almost impossible to keep it bottled up.
Yeah, and Clay did bring up why you never hear about UFO. Well, there have been instances.
Oh, there's
over in
UFO. There's UFOs all the time in Europe and in
Yeah.
England. Russia has tons.
Yeah, Russia's huge, especially that one region where everything goes wonky.
There's a lot in South America too, but generally UFOs congregate where there's nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's what I was about to bring up, John. Exactly what you just said. A lot of UFO activity happens around nuclear sites.
Joe, did you ever hear about the time or that I think this was in the 70s. I remember somebody told me a story because a buddy, one of my uncle's buddies, and he was at the base. He this is before he died. He actually put it out on the internet and other shit, and I don't remember what his name was on it. It was one of my uncle's buddies because I had military family, and they said that one time at one of the nuclear bases where the missiles were at, he said that all of a sudden the nukes were rearing up, and all of a sudden there was some like weird crap that was happening in the sky, and I was like, and then it was just weird. And he said all of a sudden there was this strange laser that came down and all this other crap. And, my uncle was top ranking at, some of these bases out here that I like I've talked about on Vets Talking and other stuff. And I was.
That's the Tic Tac, by the way, guys.
Yeah. I'm just like, and then all of a sudden everything shut down and light was gone and whatever was up there was gone. And you have multiple instances from this in Europe talking about this too. There's been dust wolfing. I don't know if you've heard about that. Where people say weird things happen and then things start to go haywire and things start to automatically go and everything else. And then there's a light that comes down or laser or whatever. And then they disappear and everything's fine.
I've heard tell of stories like that. From missile silo personnel.
That's what I was talking about. My uncle, he was in a missile silo,
but there's never been any proof of that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. But I was like, he was there, and he goes, "I was like, Uncle, is this bullshit? This huge annoying." Like he was there.
Clay, there's other reasons why you don't hear stuff out of China.
Yeah. I mean, Clay, just think about what happened during COVID. Did we get much news out of them? And was it relevant news out of them? I mean, come on, guys.
Like most of the
by the way, if you're watching and can't read it, it's but China has nukes and you never hear about UFOs in China. Kind of weird. Well, it's not weird. You're not going to hear anything out of China about anything. They are a strict. You're not going to know what's going on within their borders unless you actually see it and are there. So,
and with the epidemic, they reported the first few thousand cases. I think maybe the first 4,000 cases, and then nothing.
Yeah. You didn't hear anything.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Even though we were catching videos on Twitter every once in a while of people being dragged back to their apartments and locked up, and
they weren't allowing internal flights, but they were allowing flights that were leaving the country.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. But anyway, my only thought on all of this is, why do they all of a sudden want us to be paying attention to this? Why?
Hiding.
And it's not just about the Vegas sighting.
I think they're planning to do something again. I've been hearing rumors about this for decades.
One reason why there may not be just a definitive smoking gun when it comes to aliens in terms of like the government trotting out, a little green man, is because there may not be any little green men. Like they may exist in a form that where there would be no physical proof.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's what I've said this. I made jokes about this. I think we're the rednecks of the universe. We have no other. we were like in that South Park episode where the planet was just for. Oh, do you see what the fuck they did this week? Oh, China's doing this, and they're doing this, and then all these people are doing.
You're saying we're the reality TV show for the aliens?
Reality
Is that what
TV
you're
show
saying?
from South Park, and there's other people, and like, why haven't we seen any other proof? Like, there's tons of proof on Mars and other places, you know, and then like, I wasn't recently that they were looking at Betelgeuse, and Betelgeuse got hugely bright, and that only happens when a star explodes.
Belchgeese, not Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Beetlejuice is the mispronunciation.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That's what. But I'm at least right on that. So
yeah,
but that would have been thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago when that happened. We're just getting it now.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely.
that's the thing I keep saying. I'm like, okay, we know there's things on Mars, and we've seen some crazy shit on the moon, you know. And another thing that I said, why? Okay,
we won't know there's anything on Mars until we get boots on the ground.
Yeah. And here's another thing. I've said this. They just stopped mid-70s going to the moon and haven't been back since. And then all of a sudden there's a new space race to get to the fucking moon. You know, why?
I don't know. Well, are we trying to get to the moon? I don't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
they're trying to get back to the moon. There's a new space race to get to the moon.
Wow.
Like I said, okay, well,
Been there,
why?
done that.
Yeah, been there, done that. That's what I would say.
Cares about the moon.
I'd be more worried about getting to Mars.
Yeah,
not the
but
moon.
it makes sense that everybody's like everybody just stopped cold turkey going to the moon, right?
There's a reason why the Russians just stopped because we beat them.
Yeah.
They were like, well, we'll focus on something else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
they had a lot of internal issues.
We stopped in the 70s.
Yeah.
Because A, it was expensive, and B, there was a lack of public interest.
Yeah.
Nobody was watching the moonshots anymore.
Yeah.
I was. Of course, I was a geek though. I
But
I
general public, I mean, it wasn't even, you know, it would maybe be like a third or fourth thing on the nightly news.
Yeah.
There's not going to be interest in space until we can do it commercially.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're too poor to care about space right now.
And
the economy's not right for that. Yeah.
Elon's working.
Once we advance enough, then there's going to be crazy excitement for it.
It's like, you know, they got Project Artemis coming next year, where they're going to go around the moon, and there's not a lot of hype for that amongst the general public.
That's the first time I've heard it.
The moon? Yeah,
Who's doing it? Is it SpaceX? Is it?
Well, I believe it's NASA.
NASA.
I think.
Like, what's the goal of it though? Like, what's the point? Like there's no interest in it because there's no point to it. Like,
To prove there's not an alien base on the dark side.
Yeah,
huh?
right.
Come on,
Check
get
out-
on board.
We've
sir.
never seen the other side.
It
We
will,
don't know.
it will be the furthest away that a human has ever been from the Earth.
Okay.
They're gonna go further out than Apollo 8 did.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Apollo program skimmed the moon.
I was fixing to say, didn't they go
effectively.
all the way around it to get home? At
Yeah,
one point?
but they skimmed it. It's not, you know, the Artemis project's going to go way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Apollo used the moon as a slingshot, basically.
Yeah.
Clay Thomas says helium-3. I don't know what he's speaking to there.
It's an element that's up on the moon.
Can
It's
we
an
fix
isotope
our
of,
economy and broken government first? Laugh
Yeah.
out loud. Yeah, nobody wants to spend money
they
to go to
won't
the
do
moon.
that. They won't
That's
do
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
Helium-3 is an isotope of helium that is usable in reactors, theoretically in fusion reactors.
Okay.
And there was also one thing that I've actually seen this. Our moon is set in such a perfect orbit for the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been multiple people actually talking about this, so it's not bullshit. There is no other moon in our solar system that is set up the way ours is. It's set perfectly to our Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You're talking
it's
about
weird.
the orbit never decaying, staying
Yeah.
exactly the same. Yeah.
And you know, there was other stories the astronauts had when they went on there.
Time to steal some orbit fucking up.
Yeah. So, I'm fascinated by all that. I've been fascinated by all this since I was a kid.
Well, I used to follow it a lot. Now, my stepson follows it a lot closer than I do.
Yeah.
He's a big Elon fan, so he follows what SpaceX is doing constantly and stuff like that. When Art Bell was on the radio when I was in my 30s, I was really into it. He used to track solar flares when we were getting big ones, all this other stuff.
Oh, there was a huge one that hit us recently.
Yeah.
I'm
just not looking forward to the one that's going to knock out the grid if they don't reinforce it. Low Spec says, I got a vid about non-rotation of the moon. Oh, really? Okay, well, check that out. Eclay says, I said helium-3 because they discovered a ton of it on the moon that they can mine, and that's why everyone is at a race to get the resources.
Yep.
But here's this thing. What happened in the time machine when they mined the moon?
Time machine?
Yeah. Well, in the original one.
In the movie. In the movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Where they were mining it, they got up on the moon, and then they accidentally blew it apart, and all hell went loose.
Well, what Eclay's saying here about helium-3, that makes perfect sense to me, because I've said several times the next world war is going to be over something that has to do with resources, and it's not going to be land-based. It's going to be something like water or like, for instance, a lot of people, and this is once again, it's a theory. This is not a fact, people.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think that the reason why we went into Afghanistan was to get a hold of the what's the stuff they use to make batteries?
Lithium.
Lithium. Yeah, they've got huge deposits of lithium in that country, and so I've always said,
if that was
where the
the
money
truth,
goes. So
we'd still be there.
Yeah.
If it was about resources, we'd still be there.
Right. We would still be there.
We wouldn't have pulled out if it was for.
But that was one of the theories. That was one of the theories about why we went there. But anyway, that's, I just wanted to touch base on the UFO question because I saw so many articles about it this week.
Well, that's the cool thing. You bring up the one question, and then you go down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. You could talk about it for hours, man.
Yeah.
You really could.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I could too. I wanted to be in. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut. My parents got me the astronaut space book that they were selling.
I knew I wasn't going to be an astronaut, bro. You see these things?
Yeah.
I can't remember a time without them. That's how bad my eyes are. I do not remember a time without glasses.
I didn't get glasses until
my senior year in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody knows you cannot be to be an astronaut. First of all, you have to be a military pilot. Okay, those guys are all test pilots for the fucking military, and
or scientists.
Scientists.
I wanted to be a scientist.
You can't be a pilot in the U.S. Armed Forces with glasses. You can be a helicopter pilot, but you cannot fly a jet. Okay, you can't fly something like that unless you've got 20/20 or better vision. And believe it or not, there is better than 20/20 vision. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base on this because I've always been enthralled with the subject matter. It's very questionable. There's some guys out there. John, help me out with the guys. With Bob Lazar, his story is pretty interesting. If you guys have never seen this guy talk, look him up. Bob Lazar. He's probably the most credible guy I've ever heard.
And that's another rabbit hole that you go down right there on that one.
Yep.
John? The thing is, the government is really good about leaking stuff that's going to take up the news cycle.
Mm-hmm.
When something happens, they don't want a bunch of publicity on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really want to believe Bob Lazar, but there's just some stuff.
There's holes in it. There's holes.
Yeah, there's holes in it. That's the reason why I'm bringing it. There's holes in it.
Yep.
Like,
yeah. But he's like I said, he's been the most credible person I've heard.
Yeah, and another thing, if he was so I brought this up. I think I brought this up on another. If he was so important to everything and they wanted him done, why didn't it just off him?
Yeah, right.
And he's still living today. So
Yeah,
that
he is.
means
He is.
that, and I brought that up. I was like, okay, if he saw everything,
After we saw the what happened to the non-suicidal Jeffrey Epstein, it's kind of
yeah,
hard to
and Bob Zolzar saw everything. Like, why is he still living?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. All right, boys and girls. Well, let's get to another subject we got for tonight, and that's how the movies this week are doing at the box office, and how is The Flash going to go over? I wanted to touch base on this one because I found it pretty interesting when I was looking at the numbers this week. Okay, so we what I have here is IMDb's box office report for last weekend. Transformers Rise of the Beasts did like 61 million domestically, but what was funny to me, and I'll bring it up here in a second, it did less than that worldwide. And anybody that's followed the Transformers,
That's weird.
Yeah, anybody that follows the Transformers franchise knows that's where it makes its
wait,
money.
is it out in Japan yet?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what countries it's out in.
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, look that up for me, because I believe it was in the $48 million range. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it dropped more than half and still came close to beating Transformers this weekend.
Yeah.
So
Mermaid.
the Mojo box office shows 4.
Look at Fast X. They just
Yeah. What were you saying, Knock? Sorry.
It hasn't opened. It hasn't opened in China.
Okay.
It
hasn't opened in. Let's see, where's Japan? Japan. It hasn't opened in Australia. It hasn't opened in India. It hasn't opened in Indonesia. It hasn't opened in Singapore, New Zealand.
Okay,
Malaysia.
so it really hasn't opened internationally yet then.
Those
Okay.
are some big
Got it.
places, too.
I was wondering why I saw a $48 million number internationally. I was like, what in the hell? Because, like I said, anybody that follows Transformers knows that's where they make their money. Is foreign market. Knock, what were you trying to say, sir? I'm sorry.
Well,
Everybody's
according
stepping on
to
you.
this, it's 120 mil foreign. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's
All
showing
right.
somewhere.
Okay. That okay. I could have sworn I saw it. Now that might have been the projection I saw.
I love.
I don't trust IMDb. I'd rather.
I'm not using IMDb, so
Well, no, I'm talking about that's.
I guess this is IMDb. I don't know. Where
it
is it?
Well, it's owned by IMDb, but they seem to have more accurate numbers on the actual Box Office Mojo site.
Okay. Well, I feel much better about it now then. That's good.
Well,
I went and saw it. I don't know how many of you guys saw it, and I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to get into us. Let's not get into spoilers.
Well, you already
in case
told me
people
the
want
spoilers.
I'm not gonna. I'm probably not gonna see. I've heard good things
about it. I did not tell
it.
you the spoilers. I told you some of the content, but not the spoilers. But it was good. I mean, we've gotten.
It did open in China. It opened in China, and it made 44 million.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw was the China number.
Oh, okay.
But we've gotten the young hot people with Megan Fox, right, and Shia LaGoof, and then we got the rednecks with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, right, and now we've got the urban with whoever the hell these two people are that are starring in it. They actually it wasn't that bad. There's a couple of cringe statements in it, but you know. What else do you expect out of an urban type character? You know, but I have to say, it was better than some of the schlock they've come up with out of that franchise. I speak specifically of Transformers 2. That second one was so hideous. And then that one where they tried to link it to King Arthur, that was just horrible. That's the worst one they've ever made.
Yeah,
but this one, it was okay. I'd say it's mid. I would place this one about 4th on the list as far as Transformers movies.
I think I'd put Bumblebee maybe 2nd.
Yeah. I agree with you. Just, Bumblebee would be a hard. I mean, number 1 to me is the first one because it blew me away. I thought the first one was fantastic, but it's not. And by no means, I've watched it. I raced home from college to see that show every week, so I do know the lore, and I know it's not canon type lore to it,
no.
like the TV show. But the special effects in it, what they did, it was like we'd had really good special effects up to that point with the CGI stuff, and then they made that movie, and it almost made that shit look real. And it was they made a quantum leap making that movie. It was crazy, and I also love the fact that Mr. Bay, say what you want about him, he loves the U.S. military, and he loves showcasing them in every damn movie he makes.
Yep.
And it was really cool.
From an effects standpoint, I mean, Transformers from 2007 and Iron Man from 2008 both still hold up.
Yep. Yeah,
And
they do.
You can't say that for some things that came out in 2016 or 2017. So
yeah.
And speaking of CGI, I finally saw Avatar, and
was it good?
I enjoyed it. But
I just haven't found a 3-hour block to watch it.
Yeah,
yet.
no, I did.
Yeah.
I actually, on Sunday, in between my studying, I was given a time where, hey, we're going to be out of the house for a while, the people upstairs, and you take this time to play your surround sound.
Right.
I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity.
No, you
I
can't.
never get to use my stereo to its full effect.
Right.
So I had a good 4-hour block. So I was like, I took a break from studying and I watched Avatar. I had both my TVs going. I had both stereos going, and I had just movie theater quality.
you were in the water.
I was. And I got to tell you, I actually enjoyed the movie. It was really long, but the special effects or the CGI was just so bad in some of the parts. When they're moving as the blue people, watch their movement. It reminded me of Langoliers.
Oh,
You ever
really?
see that movie? Yeah.
That
with the
far
shitty
back?
animation?
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
That's
wow.
what I was like. The animation sucks when they're moving
Yeah.
fast. When they're standing still and they're really focusing on the avatar or the whatever,
Or they're moving around slowly.
Yeah, when it's slow like that, they look great. They look good. But when they're moving, it looks horrible. When they're jumping through the trees and they're they had the
There's video game cutscenes that look better.
Absolutely. Yeah, video games look way better.
And that's after spending at least $400 million on it.
Right.
Now,
and I don't know if you guys saw the news, but the last ones, they're now going into 2030.
Oh
They've
yeah,
held us back.
we're not going to get too deep in the weeds on that, but they are backing up a lot of projects, and it's part of a snowball effect started by the writer's strike. And it's also, some are speculating it's an excuse for them to try. As a matter of fact, I saw one article that said that Marvel was actually taking more time on some of this stuff to make sure it was good, which I had to laugh at.
They need to take time on the Fantastic Four movie. If they don't, it's going to bomb.
Right.
Yeah, it'll never be good.
But like I said, I don't want to get too far in the weeds on this.
Yeah.
We're talking about two specific movies here.
Yeah,
But
I
Go
don't
back
think
to
it
G.I.
is.
Joe. For me, or not G.I. Joe, for Transformers.
Yeah.
It's all about that first mid-credit scene.
Yeah. Yeah. What a deal. And I don't want to give it away, but man, wow.
I think I already did.
There are different franchises that are going to be made here, guys, and you find out about one of them at the end of that movie.
Wait a second. They're
Oh,
going to do the
is it
comic?
it's sort of a Hasbro.
Yeah.
Hasbro is behind
Yeah,
this,
okay.
and their fingerprints are all over it.
Wait, are they going to do
I've
the
been
comic
waiting
book?
decades. I've been waiting decades for that.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I sat through this movie and I told Jed when I was telling him about it, because he's a Transformers fan.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, look, it's a good movie, but the final scene of it is what it was worth sitting through that whole movie to see.
So,
it was
wait.
so fantastic.
I have one thing.
Because I know
Yeah.
I heard a collective gasp in that theater, John.
Okay,
it was
so
like,
there's been something I've been wanting them to do, and it was a comic in the mid 80s, late 80s,
Yep.
early 90s.
Yep. Late 80s, early 90s. Yep.
And
That's what
That's
they're
what
they're
I've
hitting
been
at.
wanting them to do.
I
too.
can neither confirm or deny what you're talking about. So let's talk about the
since
Flash.
he can't, since they can't confirm or deny it, I'm gonna go with Shia LaBeouf coming back, but I know that's not true.
No, screw that.
But as far as
I
Rotten
haven't enjoyed him
Tomatoes
since he was
goes,
there. So,
Shia LaBeouf's too busy getting written out of the Indiana Jones franchise.
You mean LaGoof? That's what I
Yeah.
call him,
Yeah,
LaGoof.
he got killed.
Right. Okay. So the Rotten Tomato score for Transformers is the critics don't like it, but the audiences do. The audiences do. It's 91% right now.
I
number.
will.
Yep.
The minute I can, it comes to Pirate Vision, I'll find it.
The minute I can watch it with my eye patch on, I'll be checking it out.
I know.
45 minutes or 45 days because Fast X is already out there.
Yeah, right. Because it took a month for John Wick 4 to get up on eye patch vision.
I stopped paying attention to critic scores when I saw that Shrek got 2 stars out of 5.
Oh, buddy.
I haven't paid attention to it ever since then.
You should never pay attention to critics score. Don't let critics tell you what to watch because
I know, man.
Do you know what they actually said about Star Wars when it came out? It was they panned it. They said it was garbage. They said that it was a bunch of retreaded ideas from an age gone by, is what they said.
Joe, I will raise you on that. Do you know what they said about Superman 2?
Oh, yeah.
They destroyed that movie. It, but it's like
it's the best Superman movie ever made.
I would go 1 then 2 because they're both good. I love both.
There's actually, if you look into the lore of it, they were both filmed at the same time.
Yeah, I know they were both filmed
into 2 movies. So
I know. But I love both of them. But we don't talk about 3 and we don't talk about 4.
Terrence Stamp makes Superman 2.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. And Neil.
Come to me, son of Jareel. Kneel before Zod. I mean, that guy is just.
And I wish we'd have gotten more Valorium in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen,
with him.
bro.
But there's one thing that that makes me think when you're talking about don't listen to the critics. It's like people say you should listen to Jim Cramer and his stock picks. It's like, no, do not
buy.
Well, I'll tell you, when it comes to critics, the guy I really like, and there's a couple of pictures you didn't see at the beginning of the show when I showed the montage from Friday Night Tights meetup. There's a couple of people. First of all, that's the second time I've met Ripa and not gotten a picture with him. And it just drives me nuts that I forgot to do that I'm so starstruck when I talk to Ripa, because he's doing the same thing I want to do, make a comic book, that I'm just, I'm like a 12-year-old when I talk to him and I just completely forget, The other guy I really wanted to meet and talk to was Chris Gore, and I never got around to seeing him. And he was there with the Friday Night Tights crew.
Yeah.
And I saw him on Midnight's Edge today. He has seen The Flash, and he said it's a good movie. It's not the greatest superhero movie ever made, but he did say something that really made me perk up. He said this movie has consequences. He said the multiverse in Marvel hasn't had any consequences. The last phase, and this one going on right now hasn't had any consequences. He said, you haven't seen consequences in Marvel since Infinity War and Endgame. He said, this movie's got consequences.
Except for Ezra Miller's.
Yeah, there's no consequences because, it's ending and they're starting a whole new thing. There's no consequences, basically.
Right. But I highly recommend going checking out Midnight's Edge show today. He gave his little review on it and he endorsed it. He said it was worth seeing. The people that have seen it apparently agree. They like it. 95% for the audience score and 69% for the critics. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to see it. I told my wife today, I said, look, I'm going to end up going to see some movies I really don't want to see because we got to talk about them. So,
By the way, Joe, when you were in Dallas, did you get to see Alex Stein?
You saw the picture? I took pictures of him. I didn't get to talk to him. But I saw him when he came in. The thing I hated, and Jed, I told Jed about this because Jed has taken over one of Matt from Foul Ball Productions shows, the MFer. He's doing it now. And the thing that pissed me off is he showed up after I left. I had to work the next day, and I left about 8 o'clock, and he was there. You know,
Matt was. I bet you Matt was like, "Oh, I'm going to be the diva," and be like Matt's such a diva sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
He's going, "I'm going to be the latest party."
Yeah, he showed up fashionably late, and I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed it.
I wish you would have talked to him. Like,
Hey, I'll see him next time. I mean, he's probably going to come up every time for it. He lives in Austin. It's not that far.
Yeah,
away.
I know. I did talk to him last night or this morning and told him the situations that been going on, Joe.
Yeah.
So he said sorry. About things. So
well, it'd be cool, man. It'd be cool.
But yeah, I want to go down there and visit Matt sometime, though.
Yeah,
he's a great, what I want to do, and I said this, and we were all talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do an MFer live at some point.
That would be good.
We are all in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, that would be cool. And then, dude, I want to come and want to go down there, and we need to get like a place down in Texas and get a room and bring you, Matt, all the other guys in there.
Yeah, I'm not far away. You just tell me what it is, and I'll be there.
There in Texas too. So, like basically half of the MF homies are there in Texas.
Yep, they are.
And we just bring them. We figure out.
We'd have to fly Ruben in from Florida, but
Ruben is not going to have a place after Friday. He's actually asking for people where to stay because he's going to be homeless.
Yeah,
on Saturday if he doesn't.
Prayers
find a place.
for Ruben.
I don't think he's going to be on the MF. He's trying to find a place.
So getting back to the Flash, they're saying it looks like about a $70 million opening weekend for them, and Elemental's going up against them, the newest Disney animated one, which looks like ass. If you've seen the previews for it,
Flash
the animation looks
make
like
a
garbage.
lot more money than they will.
But 70 million, I don't know. I feel like that is. I think that's a small number. I think it's going to do better than people think.
Spider-Man.
I think it's all about the Keaton factor too.
Yeah, there's the Keaton effect right there. You know, a lot
Spider-Man
of people
Across the Spider-Verse has made over $400 million off of a reported $100 million budget. Now, who knows if that's accurate or not? But either way, it's going to make a profit. If you put Spider-Man on something, it better make a profit.
I was fixing to say that's the power of the spider, baby. There's a reason why Sony will not give it back to Disney. Okay.
Yeah. they know it's a moneymaker, and they actually do kind of treat Spidey right. So
yeah, they do.
Well, it's interesting. It looks like it's doing better domestically than it is foreign.
Which one, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
don't doubt it.
And I
when you saw the domestic number for this week, it almost beat the brand new Transformers movie in its first week.
Yeah.
It made 55 last week domestically. So yeah, Spider-Man's always going to do well, man.
Yeah.
Every version of him. And I do want to go see that movie. I hear if you don't go see it in the theater, you're really missing out. From what I understand, who was it? Paulie from Latino Slant said that in one part of the movie, he actually saw 5 different types of animation going on in the same scene. I was like, man, I got as an illustrator myself, I've got to check this out. You know what I mean? It sounds like it's pretty cool.
I might have to use one of my 3 days off this weekend to go do another
a double feature. Yeah.
Or maybe even a triple feature, depending on what's out. So.
Yeah, well, true. But you guys know I'm all about the spider, baby. Yeah, I'm all about the spider. Yeah. He's always with me. Always with me.
Did you hear Comcast made an offer or wants to make an offer on Disney? They want to buy out Disney.
Comcast?
Yeah, they Is that the new rumor?
$65 billion.
They're fucking high.
I don't know.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Well, if you really look at the amount of properties they own, that's pretty good.
What, to buy Disney?
Yeah, to buy Disney.
Comcast wants to buy Disney.
Disney has $200,000.
Wait. I thought it was just Star
or $200 million of ready cash total.
Who owns Comcast?
Comcast owns Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast is its own entity, man. That's another corporation in the big sphere of things.
What? Here's my thing. Would they do better than Disney?
I don't
Comcast
even know.
owns Universal. There you go.
You know what? That would be cool, man.
Dude, what if they
Universal
combined Universal and Disney?
Let's see. Well, wait, whoa. I got confused there. Paramount and Universal are two different things.
You're thinking Star Trek, Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking only Star Wars at that. I thought they were just
Universal. We're
wanted to buy
talking
Star
Peacock.
Wars.
If you want to get a feel for what they
Here you
do.
go, Joe.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Gotcha.
Might be interested in this.
Okay. Comcast Corporation, 170.25 billion. Disney below them right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
By 2 billion. I mean,
By 2 billion. But that's significant, man.
Wait. Okay, so is it all
But-
Disney, like Clay said, or just everything?
I think it's Disney Pictures is what they're wanting to buy.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Where did you get this info, buddy?
I just typed
It
in.
came from Gary.
Would it be okay if they bought that? Would it be Star Wars, Indiana, everything else?
I have
If it
idea.
was their entertainment section,
Yeah.
it probably would include all that. Yes.
Like, so would they buy Willow, Fox, everything? Like, just hands down. Okay, now that makes more sense. I thought you were talking about just Star Wars because everybody's been talking about, hey, Saudi Arabia is gonna buy for 8K, Star Wars for 8K, and I was like 8 billion, and I was like, it's not even worth 8 billion.
Rumors are flying like crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody wafted a rumor that Lucas was going to try and buy it back. I was like,
Yeah,
there's no
Lucas
chance
don't
in
want
hell
that
of that
back.
happening,
The
man.
Saudis are capable of buying whatever
Whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
For
I
instance,
know.
The PGA commissioner, he
Yeah.
thought he would show some brass balls and go after them. Yeah, he effed around and found out in
Yeah,
a
he
hurry.
did.
Yeah, now they're merged.
Now
Yeah.
they're merged. When I saw that Liv had merged with the PGA, all I could think of was Joe Namath with his finger in the hand, running out of the stadium, winning Super Bowl III, and that off season, the NFL said, "Okay, you're not going to kick our ass every year. We'll just buy you."
Don't the Saudis own WWE now too?
No. You've been listening to the rumor mill too much, buddy. No.
The company that owns the MMA company. What's it called?
I thought they
It's
were
whatever.
sort of part of
Ari
Saudi
Emanuel's the CEO.
Okay.
Yeah. What's
I get confused with all the
Dana
rumors 'cause
White's
there's so
Dana
many.
White's thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The UFC.
UFC, yeah.
It's the guys. It's the company that owns the UFC. I can't remember the name of the company either,
So
but that's who
it's,
bought them. Yeah,
I think it's Endeavor.
Yeah. that's what it
Endeavor.
is.
That's the name of it exactly, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah.
And what did they do? There's a reason why you're seeing Vince McMahon's fingers all into stuff again, because they basically reinforced his place as the decision maker.
Dude, they just need to get him out of there and put Triple H back in charge.
God will take care of that when he's ready. Okay.
Now,
don't
now
worry.
I'm reading an article from 2020, but I thought this was kind of interesting because I guess there was a rumor back then that about Apple buying Disney.
Yeah.
And
There's
they
been
were
all
showing
the-
at the time. It was, obviously, I'm not going anywhere with this one. I just thought this was interesting.
Mhm.
Said Apple would probably need to do $400 billion to close the deal.
And this was how long ago?
2020.
2020.
Yeah. You
That's
know what
3
the
years
thing-
ago. Look how much it's dropped.
Yeah. Here's
Yep.
the thing that scares
Wow.
me. It's either Amazon. We know Microsoft won't do it. It'll be Amazon, Google.
If Apple is going to
Apple.
buy anything, Apple will buy Pixar for Steve Jobs' legacy.
Yeah.
Yep. I
And
could see that.
I'm worried that like
and they
some
would
of
turn
the
around
shit
and buy
we got-
Skydance
Yeah.
and rebuild Pixar.
Let me tell you something, guys.
With
If
John
you
Lasseter.
want to spend your streaming dollars and get quality for bang for your buck, you really need to be on Apple TV. You really need
Yeah.
to, because their content is hands down way better than everybody's. The only one that comes close is Paramount because of the gentleman that's doing most of the writing for their television shows, Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the only one that comes close.
And with Paramount, there are different promotions where you can get that. I mean, there's promotions for other things too, but I just saw the other day where if you get like a Walmart Plus subscription,
you get it for free. Yeah.
Paramount.
Yeah,
You also get a discount on it if you buy it through Prime too, which we're always going to have Prime. My wife got Paramount through that, but Apple is the cheapest streaming service out there. It's only $6, and they have got great stuff on there, man. Every show I've watched on there is, first of all, production quality second to none. And I'm not lying, second to none. They are.
Well, they did good on the Tetris movie. The Tetris movie was awesome.
That's what I hear. I haven't seen it yet. But,
and I want to watch Silo, but they're only at episode, I think, 8.
I was just about to mention that, Jed. I'm waiting for that season to end. They're a couple weeks away from ending the season.
Yeah, I want.
You and Jed are both bingers. Is that what I'm hearing? Oh my God!
Not a lot of shows, but for that one in particular, I don't want to go week to week on.
I
don't want to go.
One of the best sci-fi series currently on TV is on Apple, and that's For All Mankind.
For All Mankind, I keep hearing great things about that. And
I
the
like
premise
C.
is simple.
C was cool for me, but I'm a big Jason Momoa fan. So.
C is fantastic. I've seen the first season. I need to go ahead and rent it again so I can see the second season. The second season, I think Dave Bautista's in there, and he plays Jason Momoa's character's brother. And they don't like each other apparently. So
my only concern
it sounds really cool, huh?
The Tetris movie though is I don't know if I want to spend 2 hours watching Taron Egerton dodge blocks. Like, is that?
No, it's the real life story of how Tetris was invented.
He is trolling you, Jed. Jed is trolling you. He knows
that went over your head, Jed.
I know. I was so like.
E. Clay Thomas says Silo is pretty good so far. Yeah,
it looked good. It looked good. I really want to watch it. I'm a huge fan of that kind of stuff. One of my favorite movies is The Island.
Yes, I love The Island as well. Yes,
Scarlett Johansson, where they're just like stuck. Everything is
said. You don't have to say anything else.
Yeah, for them, everything's just. I like those kind of scenarios.
But no, that's probably my favorite Ewan McGregor movie. Is that one right there? I'm not big on the train spotting thing and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I like that movie with him in it. I thought he was really good.
ScarJo has hit a little bit of a wall.
She has, but. We can always go back to The Island. Trust me, her butt and those white pants in that show is awesome.
She gonna hit a huge wall.
There's a new Band of Brothers coming.
It's not real. It's by the people that do Band of Brothers.
I can't wait for the new Band of Brothers.
Spielberg and it's going to be on Apple. Yeah,
they'll put the money behind it. I'll tell you that. I'm telling you, the production value on everything Apple is fantastic.
If I remember right, it's about a fighter squadron.
A particular.
Yeah, it's about a fighter squadron in World War II.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Pilots this time.
Yeah. Well, they've done land.
Right.
They've done sea.
Mm-hmm.
Now they need to do air.
Now they need to do the Army Air Corps. Yeah.
Yep. And
not
then
the Air Force.
Space Force.
Space Force.
Nope, they got to do the Marines.
And then
first.
they got to do Team America. Yes.
Well, I thought the what was the second Band of Brothers show that they did?
Oh,
that was Pacific.
Yeah, that
right?
was Marines. That was Marines. I forgot.
Yeah. Listen to John blowing off the jarheads.
So one of the people that the Pacific was based off of, the information from it was from a guy that's from my hometown of Mobile, Eugene Sledge.
Really?
And I actually read his autobiography. And it's a great book. I think it's called like For the Old Breed or From the Old Breed or something like that. But he basically gets into how just miserable it was to have to sit on that coral on those islands in the Pacific while you're trying to just sit there because you can't move, because if you move you'll get that'll happen to you if you move.
Believe that, boys and girls, coral on your ass or anywhere is not fun.
No, it's not.
But they had to sit there. Otherwise, you got the enemy waiting for you if you pop your head up.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I was on an island made of nothing but coral for a year. And one night, I'm riding home drunk on my bicycle. We called them our Johnson Island Trans-Ams. And I'm riding on my bike, and I'm drunk. And all of a sudden, I see the Earth horizon start coming this way, kind of slowly. Right? And go right in my face, everything, man. Just and it's coral. And if you don't know anything about this, boys and girls, don't ever do anything abrasive with coral and bleed or anything like that, because
God.
they have to dig into that shit with fucking basically steel wool and just grate all that crap out of you.
Yes.
Because if you do not get it taken out, if it's not cleaned properly, it will grow under your skin after it heals. And
Yeah,
oh
and
my
it
God.
hurts.
It
I
hurt
had-
like fucking
yeah,
hell. Thank God I
dude.
was drunk, but
Jesus, I slipped on coral when I was in Cali,
yeah,
and fuck, oh my God, I
Well,
got
listen,
some
all I
coral.
hope is that in this new Band of Brothers that David Schwimmer's in it, and then it'll be fine.
David Schwimmer. Okay, I'm lost on that one.
He was the guy from Friends. He was the captain in the first Band of Brothers. That was the douchebag.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he
All
was
right.
scared of
Well,
Peter
guess what, boys and girls? We actually made it. We're actually going to get to number 93.
14 minutes to spare.
93.
Yeah,
14
14
minutes.
minutes,
to spare.
We'll
We're
get
going to
one or
talk
two
about
in.
some video games. What's up, man?
Oh man.
We started the show with some video games, talking about the Call of Duty garbage. But let's continue with the top 100.
Well, hold on now. Before we get started, Joe, you started Jedi Knights, KOTOR.
Yes,
Yeah,
Knights of the Old
bro.
Republic, which I will be
And
doing again tonight.
So,
Part
and,
two
and
is
Jed,
tonight.
Jed, you
Yes.
let me down. You let me down, Jed.
I didn't do any spoilers,
You
man.
let me down. You let me down,
What?
man. I watched the first half hour of it, and you let me down. There was a point in there I could break down that whole half hour.
Oh yeah,
And
I was trying not to do any spoilers for him.
And no, I wasn't talking about. Well, there was one point where like they're doing the first cutscene, right? The first movie,
Mhm.
and Joe goes, "Oh man, is that Coruscant?" And Jed, you said yes.
And it was an
And
accident,
I was so
I
triggered.
reversed it.
I was
We're
so
drinking. Don't forget, we're drinking during that show.
We were drinking, okay? We were drinking.
I would have been even louder in my triggering if I was drinking at that point. If I heard you say that, even while I was drinking. So
Yeah, we were
But
drinking.
anyway,
like,
And then, yeah, but no. I hope you're enjoying it though. I love that game.
yeah,
I am. I just don't like the amount of I'm having to read, but I will suffer through it because you have been dying for me to play this game, and I am playing it. I am enjoying it. I am. I like games like this. I just, whenever we got to where somebody could actually talk during it, I wish they'd have talked during it instead of making me read it. But
yeah,
hey, that's the way
that's
it
the
is.
one thing, and I'm like,
And Jed is constantly, dude, trying to get me to go to the dark side. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, you prick.
No, I
you.
knew you wouldn't have done that, but
yeah, I know, but I'm like over there doing
When
like
you're doing the
little-
character selection, I'm just like yelling at the phone, and I'm like, dude, tell him, like, because you're trying to figure out the point system.
I
I'm like,
was not.
Jed, tell him that depending on his class, he'll have easier points in these skills. Like, just tell him
Yeah,
that.
and we
Like,
did
that's all I
get
wanted you
to that.
say. Like, it was like,
We
oh
did.
my
We
God.
did get to
So
it.
he's like
at
pointing,
that point.
putting points into stuff that he doesn't need to be putting points into. And I'm like, come on,
And I did
Jed,
tell
help me
him.
out here, man.
I did
I'll
tell
learn.
him, don't put any in stealth. You don't need stealth in the game.
Stealth is awesome. He just wasn't
Yeah.
the right class for it. You don't
But
give
that-
a stealth to guard.
Yeah, not the class I'm on.
Not the
no.
class.
His soldier doesn't do stealth.
No.
Yeah, if he would have done another class, stealth is awesome. But
I've done all the playthroughs, but yeah.
yeah,
But
me
that-
too. I've
We're
done all the
talking about,
playthroughs.
guys, and that's going to be tonight at 10 o'clock here in about, let's see. That's about 2 hours and 40 minutes from right now. We're going to do that. But let's get to the top 100. We've got to start chipping this down or we're never going to get to the bottom of it.
We're never gonna do it. It's been
let's
like a
see.
month.
Yeah. Well, this is only the second show we've talked about it on. Number 93 happens to be League of Legends.
Yeah,
That's just way
I've
too
never
high on the
played
list.
this one.
that's way too.
It's got a
huge.
huge cult following, but I'm never going to play that game.
Now, is League
Yeah,
of
I'm never
Legends
gonna-
the one that
It's a MOBA.
Arcane is based on? Is
Yeah.
that League of Legends?
Yep.
Okay. Because I enjoyed the hell out of that Netflix show, League of Legends. Or excuse me, Arcane. I thought that show was fucking great. I really did. Let's see. The next one we got here at
League of
90
Legends was like the game that the what do you call them, the hot tub girls would play while they did the hot tub. Like that's
Really?
that's what League of Legends was for. Like,
Okay.
So wait a minute. League of Legends is what brought us to the
Yes.
ASMRs and the hot tub girls.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely.
Well, then I need to play League of Legends because I dig
You
it.
know what?
That's where it's
Amaranth
at.
is the one that fucking really hit it in there. Like,
Amaranth.
yeah, she was the one that really knocked it up a notch.
So
You
Joe,
want
just
to
put
talk
on
about
a red
now,
wig
hang
while
on.
you play it.
Since you're bringing it up, you want to talk about short memory spans. The public with a short memory span. Do you remember when she was saying how brutal her husband was being to her, making her get on camera, and she didn't really want to do all
was
this stuff?
full of shit. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw her last week in a bikini. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I did.
She has an OnlyFans.
I mean, come
Yeah,
on,
she has an
man.
OnlyFans and it's shit. She doesn't do nudity on
Started
it.
by her husband.
I can't believe
Yeah.
these schmoes, man. Now I've heard
Dude,
Jeremy.
these guys are total simps on there. I go in there and crack jokes and shit on purpose.
You should. You should.
Yeah, I do. Like,
Don't touch grass and some real titties, people. All right, it'll be okay.
Well, E. Clay Thomas, Vox Machina is really good. I really enjoyed that show.
Okay. let's
Yeah,
see.
that's good.
Let's see. He's talking about Arcane was awesome. I never watched Vox Machina, but it looks similar. Now, Vox Machina, John, you guys cover that on Pop Culture Minefield a lot.
I still gotta watch the latest season.
That one is a bunch of voice actors that play Dungeons and Dragons. Is that correct?
Based on the first campaign of Critical Role,
Okay.
there were a bunch of voice actors that got together and were playing D&D, and except they were playing Pathfinder at the time.
Okay.
They switched to D&D later, especially since they got some money thrown at them by Wizards of the Coast.
Hello. I was fixing to say they're not doing it for free. I know that.
But no, so they decided to put it on Twitch, and starting from, you don't know that you have to like that that first chunk of the first season is the campaign you didn't get to see because it had already progressed by that time before they started putting it on Twitch, and they started doing it for the public.
So where do you watch it at now?
Amazon.
I watched it on
Amazon?
YouTube.
Okay.
But you can watch it
Yeah,
on
but I
Twitch.
mean the service that has it is Amazon. Is that right?
Yeah, Amazon has Vox Machina. They threw a ton of money at them. The
Sounds
thing is,
cool,
though,
man.
they kickstarted that first thing, and then Amazon threw a bunch more money at them.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, I want to recognize the Wheel Snakes. Good to
Yeah.
see you in the chat, man. Good to see
Will
you.
Snakes is
We're
a new
doing well.
subscriber to the channel too. Just
All right.
subscribed last night.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the list is
Mega Man.
Mega Man 3.
Okay.
Never have played the Mega Man series. This is
Yeah,
Nintendo,
I was
isn't it?
never a Mega Man fan. So.
It did. Yeah, this deserves to be. It doesn't deserve to be higher. We can go on that one.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm
Well,
good.
it's
Let me
definitely,
ask
it's definitely got a huge following. I just
It
I was
does.
fixing to say,
It's,
isn't that
you know.
is that a Nintendo property right there?
Yes,
Yeah.
Capcom, Nintendo.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The next one at 91, we have Animal Crossing: New Horizons. I'm not even going to talk about this game. It looks dumb to me. So, but
Look,
I know
that game got people through COVID.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. It did.
Yes.
That was the COVID game. Like if you could associate COVID with a video game, like
it's
that was
Animal
the game.
Crossing. Yeah, because you know what?
Yeah.
There was a lot of girls playing that game, dude. I could not believe how many girls were playing.
There was
Animal
older people playing it too.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
played
man.
it at some point because I got a way to play it, and I was like, okay. But the way I got through COVID was YouTube. That's how then you see me and Retro and everybody else on the Archivist. We did all that through COVID.
I
So,
got
like,
I got through COVID working. I was
I was working.
I was
an
essential
worker.
personnel.
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
to be there. Yep.
Yeah, I even got a ticket stub that I got to put in my glove department, my above my mirror, in case the cops pulled me over to show.
Yeah,
them.
you have to have your papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
Do
dad
you have your
was one of
paper?
those
Have your
too.
You have your
papers?
papers. Yes. This whole place became Nazi Germany. It was crazy.
Yeah,
All
my
right.
dad was an essential worker because he worked at the hospital too. So
Yeah, well, there you go. Number 90, Thief 2, The Metal Age.
Yeah,
Never
this
heard of
is,
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
a
I've heard
stealth
of
game.
Thief, but I never got into it.
Thief
Yeah,
1
stealth
was
games
better.
is not my thing.
I was
Thief
fixing to
1,
say, as soon as you said
yeah.
stealth game, I'm out. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
Thief
why I
1
said
was
it.
way better. So
But yeah,
Assassin's
Clay
Creed
Thomas
does
says,
further
I
go.
just got a lot of weed. I guess I'm old fashioned. Yes. If you're going to be stuck inside, there's nothing better than a quarter. Yes, absolutely, my friend. So we got to look. We covered all the way to 90. We still got 5 minutes. Let's see how far we can go.
Most of these games we don't.
SimCity 2000. I've never been into SimCity. I really have not.
I've played all the SimCities,
I
including
did Sims,
the
which is
freaking
probably
piece
down
of
the
crap
list.
that
Yeah.
they put out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, SimCity 2000 was an update where they made things more complex, and I generally liked it.
Now let me
wasn't
let
that
me be
bad.
clear, guys. I did try it. It was something I'm not into. But you have to. I think the first thing I did was build a stadium in mine. My city I started. And this is one of the first versions of SimCity. I don't even know which one it was, but you do, and you base everything off of what you start with to try and get, to get the city to grow. And you have to deal with everything from water and sewage to, everything. The electrical grid, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Well,
City Skylines is like the latest of basically SimCity.
Yeah, they're coming out with City Skylines 2 this fall.
I tried it. It was way over my head. I'm not a freaking.
Yeah, I play City Skylines too.
I try to, but you gotta.
John, you're just a maniac, man. That's just all there is to it, dude. Let's see. The next one is going to be Inside.
That one I don't know.
With the mechanical abandon of a Mario game and the world view of Werner Herzog. I don't even know who that is.
It was okay.
The director.
It wasn't that great. I got bored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you even tell us what it's about without me reading this whole paragraph?
It's just a puzzle game with
puzzle
Mario
game. Okay.
With Mario.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2. Now, Titanfall, this series, I've heard a lot of good things about this one.
I never played it.
Own it?
I
got it for free.
Yeah. It was definitely one that got tossed around for cheap for a while there. It's decent. It was a cool concept where you basically have this big old mech suit that follows you around everywhere, and you can go inside of it and basically be like a transformer.
Really?
Not really transformer.
Is it a
but
kaiju game? Is that what it is? Are you?
They're not that big. They're like what, 15 feet tall or something like that, 20 feet tall or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But yeah, they basically act like your pet dog.
Huh.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. All right. And guys,
And
just to be clear, this
around
list we're looking at is the IGN top 100. Okay.
This is the
just to
reason
give you a
why-
reference. This is what they're choosing. The next one, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. His original one better be pretty high on this list.
Yeah,
because
the first
that
one
is-
better be higher than 2 was.
but Pro Skater 2, I don't know. Never played it. Never been into Tony Hawk.
There was a slight upgrade to it, but
Mhm.
one I was better for me, I guess.
The only time I really played the skater games was when they were on the old PlayStation demo discs that came with PlayStation Magazine.
I'd rather play Jet Moto. That's the kind of thing I like, dude. But that's just me. Let's see. Number 85, Monster Hunter World. Now, didn't they make a Monster Hunter movie with Mia Jovovich in it?
Yep.
And this is kaiju fighting, right? This is big ass monsters you're fighting. In Monster Hunter.
There's kaiju. Yeah, not really kaiju. They're all sizes that you go and capture.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. All right. Sounds pretty neat.
You have a little ferret that follows you around.
I've thought about trying that franchise out. Resident Evil 2 remake. The remake is at 84. Now, Resident Evil, the originals, they were kind of
scared the crap out of me.
Really, the original?
I was so scared. That's PlayStation when I was a kid, and that was too scary for me to walk down those halls.
I
absolutely did not play them. Yep,
I beat
I
the
was too
shit
young.
out
I
of
was young. I was a young buck, and I'm talking
Mhm.
like 7, 8. Seeing those games was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah. The movies I'm a huge fan of. I own all of them, but I know it has nothing to do with the video game lore. I mean, barely anything. I mean, it takes place in Raccoon City. We know that, but most of the characters, I mean, like the brother of the main character didn't show up in the movies until like the 4th or 5th movie, right? He was in a cage or something like that. But there's a lot of love for this game out there, man, and it has kind of morphed over the years into kind of an action shooter type game, right?
Yeah, Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil 4 remake was really good. I loved it.
Okay. Well, guess what? We got 10 down. We're down to 84. Resident Evil 2.
Technically, we're down to 83. That's the next one.
83 would be the next one, yes. So, Knock, you should be happy. We got a few of them knocked down, man. We'll continue the discussion of video games on the IGN Top 100. Hopefully, the next time we get together.
We always plan to talk about it, but then something happens over the week that just kind of like, oh, hey, we should talk about that.
It really was a slow news week. I mean, for this show. Now, we do pop culture here. Tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about the indictment and all that stuff tomorrow night with me and my brother. That's me and my brother's shtick. But as far as pop culture goes, really, Call of Duty was the biggest story of the week, really, in the pop culture area. But go ahead, Joe.
They had that whole Xbox Expo.
They did. And Jed covered that extensively. Jed, give quick.
Jesus.
Give us a quick.
Well, all I was going to say about that is the Starfield 2 or the Starfield story trailer came out,
and I heard they were going to show gameplay too.
They showed
they did.
But the Starfield, the story trailer is just amazing.
Really?
Yeah, and
I'm going to play that. I plan on taking that week off.
Starfield was the best game that they showed in 2 days.
Yeah, it actually gave me goosebumps.
Yeah,
really,
and especially at the start where you hear.
Do they have
music.
it on YouTube?
Yeah, I got
absolutely. I sent you the clip. Well, no, I sent you Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Okay, just a second. I'll get it for you, Joe.
The other game that I wanted to play.
I got
put it in
right.
the private chat so I can put it in the video setup.
I got it right here.
Okay.
There it is, the private chat.
Okay, got it. Hang on, I will fire it up. That'll be the last thing we do today before we do the outros. Let's see. Okay. Let me copy that link.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people complain about the graphic and they're talking about the whole 30 frame, stuff.
I don't care if it's 30 frames.
And I don't care about this stuff. I could have any of their games looking like Fallout 3 and I'll play them all.
Yeah, I grew up with.
I don't care. I just want a different. I just want a different place to run around.
Yeah, I grew up with
said this
original
is going to be the
Zelda
least
stuff.
buggy Bethesda game ever released.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bold claim.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it is.
All you have to do is have one less than the other game.
Dude, I am so gonna look for bugs and try to break that game when I get
you
it.
don't
It's
have
not
to.
gonna be
That's
funny.
the great thing about their games.
Yeah.
You don't have to look for them; they just
Well,
appear.
I like looking for bugs. I do that because if you actually do that, you get paid by people. Like
that's for sure.
So,
Charlie does that a lot too. I know I talk about
I-
Charlie a lot, but I love Charlie. I think he's great. So.
I want to try to get him on the MFer or something, dude. I like, or on the Archivist to talk about games.
Well,
and
good
shit.
luck with that, man. He's pretty big dude. So.
Yeah,
and
I mentioned last week the SGDQ, and they actually made over $2.2 million.
Yeah.
in 1 week. So that was
Wow.
for Doctors Without Borders.
All right, boys and girls, let's hang on. It's trying to start on me. Let me get this set.
That first.
And
part
as
where
usual, don't let this throw you off. I'm going to play it at 1.25 speed. I'm trying to keep the algorithm from blowing me up.
That one part where you hear the first music, you get chills.
Okay, here
That's
we
the reason
go
why you need to hear
with
it,
Starfield story trailer. You guys let me know if you can hear it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown.
Wow.
The wonder is not that the field of stars is so vast.
Exclusive to Xbox, Joe.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, and I have one now.
NPC.
NPC. Well, micro, yeah.
That's this
Because it's
sound
Bethesda.
Right here. The music reminds me of Star Wars kind of bit.
Yeah, this is their third major.
Wow.
Skyrim and Fallout. This is the one we've been waiting for like years for.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this for like 10 years.
You're part of Constellation now. of our family.
We do not fully understand all that is at work here.
No finer group in the stars to be unraveling this
It's
mystery.
the character with a cowboy hat there. Knock.
Yeah, I want to get a cowboy hat in the game because you can have them.
I love this part.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
I'm basically going to be Nathan Fillion.
The galaxy could be everything.
Dude, yeah. I can't wait, but I don't have an S or an X.
Yes, you can play in third person. Thank God.
Oh, that's in older games. Yeah, that's in older games.
You can play in first person or third person, depending on what you want to do.
This is where we belong.
You can make your own ship, too.
You
Yeah.
can fully customize your ship.
The one thing that No Man's Sky does not have.
September
Wow,
6th. That's a week
guys.
before my birthday. It's exactly when we're doing the whole week.
That looks really fucking cool, man. It
Cool.
really does.
Your decision trees, all your conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You have choices based on your class, on talents that you take, all sorts of stuff that will bring up different choices in your conversation. This is the most complex game they've ever made.
So it's got a lot of replayability.
Yeah, replayability is what's going to be.
And there's more voice in this than any game.
Yeah, than any other game.
Like, Fallout 4 was their biggest voice to date.
Mm-hmm.
They said, because I was watching it, they said it has like 75% more voice lines than Fallout 4 did. And Fallout 4 was their biggest voice game.
Wow.
And
All right,
wait
boys
till-
and girls,
just
well,
wait till
listen.
the modders get a hold of it.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
the
right?
modders are going to have a ball with that
Day
game on there.
one, we're going to be running around as SpongeBob.
Here's my thing. I hope they let you mod it on the Xbox because you can mod all the other games.
Yeah.
They will.
Like
That's true. It probably won't be day one, but it'll probably come eventually.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, listen up. It is time to cut this thing off. You know, I've got a steak that's about to walk through this door, and I think it's already here because my dog just came in here to check on me. So, yeah, he's like,
Your dog
"Yo,
came in to
dude,
say, if you don't eat it, I will.
I will, motherfucker. It's on the table. What the hell?" So let's go around the horn. Let's start with Knock, the proud. How do I say that? He got his server certification, boys and girls. And it took him a little bit of money to do it this time.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Well,
dude.
I'll be getting some of that reimbursed, hopefully. So I got to put in for that one. But no, just gonna be. We got football coming up here soon. Hopefully next week we'll be able to discuss some more games because we didn't even get into Star Wars Outlaws, which was another one that was. And I know Jed did his little thing, but we didn't do ours. I want to discuss a little bit more because there are some interesting things in there. So
Yeah,
hopefully
there is some interesting things, but there were things that I had problems with that I had big questions on that too.
That's okay. We'll get to it next week. I'm definitely going to show it because my man Knock is my right hand man on this show, so I got to cover what he likes too. So let's do it. But anyway, thanks for coming, Knock. I appreciate you, man. I'm proud of you. You know I'm proud of you. I love what you're doing. You keep rolling, man. You keep going. Now, a guy that's in the same field that's working on his master's, this maniac right here. What's up, John? Tell us where you're at, man.
Well, everybody knows where I am on a pop culture minefield. That's where you can usually find me Monday, every day of the week to Tuesday. That's at 10 a.m. in the morning Central. That's Monday through Friday. Then on the weekends, 1 o'clock Central for TGIF on Friday, 2 o'clock Central for Saturday morning fun time / Tom and Gary, and 1 o'clock Central on the wrestling channel on the Sunday night wrestling show on Pop Culture Minefield. And then you can find me here. And then on Mondays, you can find me on that 70s Rock Fan show at 4 Central on Only Talk and Roll.
Yep. John and I kind of mirror each other. We show up on a lot of the same shows, and I'll have more details on some of that here in a second. But thanks for coming, Das Wolf, and I appreciate you, brother. Jed, what's going on, man? Tell us what's up.
Oh, well, just the MF. Well, we have the show for tonight. We have
yep. And
nights for
I'll
tonight.
give them details about that. Yep.
Just DMF her until I like figure out some other stuff. So
right.
So it is. Yeah. I think everybody here has my stuff. Everybody knows it's. Come and find us. We will have on the MFer this week. I do want to put this up.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let me just a second. I got to get this right here.
Sure.
Where is it? I'm gonna go on my Twitter.
Go ahead, man.
Just for a second, and I need to get.
It's only a steak getting cold right now.
That's all.
I know.
No, take your time. I'm gonna let Matt do his spiel real quick.
Yo, go ahead, Matt.
Let us know what's going on with you, buddy.
You can find me here most every Wednesday, 5:30 Central, and just ask that everybody support everybody on the panel. And just one parting thing I want to mention is that not all heroes wear capes, and after over a year of going by they them pronouns and just being the ultimate hero and representing being multiple people in one person, Demi Lovato has talked about how exhausting that was, and she has gone back to being a she her. So
oh man, I have got to get a sound bar so I can put some applause up. What the hell, man?
I thought that was still fluid. I think she just felt like a woman now, but it could change later. I think it's still fluid.
I feel like a woman.
So we thank her for her sacrifice.
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
she wanted to sing "Heart Attack" again. So one of the lines.
There it is. Yes. Thank you, John. I appreciate it, buddy. Listen, Matt. One thing I got to ask you: have you been keeping up with Wes? Because I saw him on Thursday Night Throwdown this week, and he's back on track doing some streaming, man.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of walk and talks. Too.
Yes, walk and talks.
Yeah,
yes.
That's my favorite thing he does is the walk and talks.
Absolutely, man. Okay, well, listen, thanks for coming, Matt. Appreciate you. Okay, my man Jed, what do you got for me here?
Okay, we have.
Paul Hadouken.
Yeah, Paul Hadouken is our special guest on the MF for this week.
Yes.
So we had Zero from Legion of Memers last week. And he's really freaking cool and everything else. Paul Hadouken is going to be our special guest on the MF for Roadhouse this week.
Roadhouse. Love it, man.
Yeah,
we were at dinner the other night, and my man, I just got done talking to Jed, and we sat down, and I actually ordered off the menu, and it said Roadhouse right in the middle of it.
Yeah, and he sent me a picture of it.
And I sent a picture of it to him.
So,
but
yeah.
I'm with Matt. That's the best thing about the opening you created for that is that Roadhouse thing off of the
dude. That took me a week to do because I was like, I don't know what to do. Because I had the one where Matt was yelling at every one of us. He's like, "Oh, fuck you, YouTubers," and and I was like, "Okay, how am I going to do this?" And I went through everything that had Roadhouse stuff.
You're doing a great job at the reins of that show. I'm sure, Matt.
Dude, I stress out sometimes. Like, am I
stress out. You're doing just fine, and I want to thank you for coming tonight, man. It's fun to see you, and I will see you in a couple of hours when I'm done with this steak.
You'll see me in about an hour.
And I'm fixing to tell them all about that. Boys and girls, you're watching State of the Atmosphere. We get together and do this every Wednesday night at 5:30 Central. And then here in a couple of hours, you can watch me and Jed and whoever else wants to stop by. I send this out to everybody. If you're up this time of night and want to stop by, come on in. You can heckle me just like he does. It's part 2 of my walkthrough of Knights of the Old Republic, something that my buddy Knock has been dying for me to play forever. And now I'm doing
like, when I started talking to him, I was like, dude, I want you to play Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. So, I've got a Series S Xbox that my wife got for me, and I'm playing through that game right there. It was very cheap. I highly recommended. So only $10, and it's on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. Video games, cocktails, and fails, and that's at 10 p.m. Central. And then, of course, tomorrow night, the brothers are back together to hack the Matrix. Had a ball at that Friday Night Tights meetup, and I'll re-show that video when we go out tonight. But the best thing about it was it's only 15 minutes from where my brother lives, and he came and had dinner with us before we even talked to any of the personalities, and it's always great to see him. He was kind of shocked when people come up and was recognizing us.
Yeah.
I think he's starting to understand we're actually getting through to some people. But anyway, that comes your way. Today's headlines, we pulled back the curtain and let you know what's really going on. And that comes your way tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central.
By the
And
way,
then,
Joe, I'm
go
waiting
ahead.
for your brother to put out some merch, a T-shirt saying "Dead Air."
Dead air.
Nah.
We need him saying dead air at the top of his long. Wait, yeah, right. His face needs to be. Let's see, kind of like this, right? Dead
Yeah.
air, right? On a T-shirt. That's it. That's his deal. He loves doing that. But anyway, you can watch this tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central, and then of course you can watch me plot the pages of my comic book that I've been writing for a really long time. My friends like Knock and Justifier Jim, you see there pictured. They've been trying to talk me into doing it for years, and now I'm actually working on it. We're almost done plotting issue 2, and once I've got 2 in the can as far as the plot goes, I'm going to start on the details for issue number 1 and try and get it out by the end of the year. I'm finding out that between this YouTube, a 40-hour week job, and not having a team of artists and stuff working on it, it's going to take me a while to do. So, but I do this show just to keep my hands in it and keep going and keep plodding along. So come watch and enjoy the story from behind the scenes. You can see it before it even hits the market. That's every Saturday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Central. And then, of course, what John was talking about, Sunday Night Wrestling with me, John, and Johnny Rock. That's every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. We let you know what's going on in the week of wrestling. Everything AEW, WWE. Of course, it's going to be a big show the next couple of weeks because we got the return of CM Punk Saturday night. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The new show Collision starts the night before we do this show. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. Come check us out every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel.
I can't wait till Punk's music hits off and he comes out.
Be nuts. And it's in Chicago. It's going to be awesome.
Wild.
And you can check out me and Gary on and Das Wolfen for that matter on Morning Coffee with Gary on Military Mondays, and that's Mondays at 10 a.m. Central. And those 2 shows are brought to you by Pop Culture Minefield and KGRA Radio. He's got quite a few people listening to him on that digital broadcasting network, and I can't be happier for the guy. He just keeps going up and up and up. I love it. And also, as Das Wolfen was talking about, big show this Monday at 4 p.m. Central. You see it's 3 p.m. Mountain there. It's Only Talk and Roll on That 70s Rock Fans channel. His special guest will be Graham Bonnet. So you definitely want to check that out with me and Das Wolfen at 4 p.m. Central on Monday. And then we're right back around to the first show of the week, which is always DC Universe Online with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. Video games, cocktails, and fails at 10 p.m. Central on Tuesday. So, for my panel, Knock, Das Wolfen, Jed, and Matt from Small Time Republic, I want to thank you guys for watching. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. we have entered the great state of Texas. Of course, the luck of the Irish would have it that on our road to the Friday Night Tights meetup at Farm Plus Feed in Dallas, we are in the middle of construction and going at a snail's pace. We'll see you soon. Take care.